Everybody, welcome. Thanks for coming. Nice to see you. If anyone hasn't been, there's mantra cards up there, toilet and water. Should be all you need. What's the schedule for tonight? Thank you, Ripper. That's a very good question. I'll be giving 15 minutes of mantra meditation Kirtan. Then we'll be doing a guided Gauranga meditation with our friends in the background on the cassette. Then there'll be a lecture talk by our spiritual teacher, Jagad Guru Siddhaswarupananda, and then I think Jiva will answer some questions on any questions anyone has, and then dinner. All right, so the first couple aren't on the mantra sheet, but all you guys know it anyway. Nam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutali Shrimate Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti namine Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutali Shrimate Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti namine Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sati Gopakta Vrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sati Gopakta Vrinda Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo. Your turn. Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur. Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo. Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur. Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Haribo. Haribo Nitai Gaur Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo. Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo Haribo Nitaigo Nitaigo Haribo. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Anyone that just came in. We're going to have now a relaxation Gauranga meditation, and we're going to just start off by breathing, nice deep breathing. It's diaphragmatic breathing, or breathing into the yoga. Call it the dantian, is like the bottom of your stomach. So like when we're in our daily activities, everyone's sort of from up here, so we very rarely breathe properly. And then we're going to join our friends in the background. We'll synchronize Goranga. So just do it in your own. Everyone's got different, different breath length. So just don't think like you got to keep up with everyone. Just do it at your own, at your own pace is the best way. And I'll let that go until basically 15 minutes. So we'll just start, and then on the exhalation, we just, you can go over each part of your body. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And on every exhalation, we just think, I'm relaxing my shoulders, go over all the different body parts, and relax your neck, and hold a lot of stress in our neck. Arms, hands, everywhere. Once you start to, in that exhalation and let go, you realize, my arms were like tense all the time, something like that. So in your own time, just nice in through the nose and then out through the mouth, and release all the stress of the day. It's the way babies breathe, and then we sort of forget to breathe like that naturally. Alright, just keep doing that. I'm going to turn out things on. In their own time, just join in. Three more. Now we just return into our breathing and we just listen to the mantras. Okay, and opening your eyes whenever you're ready. That was beautiful. Gauranga is such a great one to do first thing in the morning and then last thing at night, or you can do it all during the day. And when you're at home by yourself, you can. It's a really such a powerful and deep meditation. You're just listening to the sound. And then you can just really relax and listen really intently. First thing in the morning, there's a time just before sunrise, which is called, what's it called? Brahmamurti hour, which is like, and I think it's like the whole hour before the actual sunrise, and it's really, really conducive. But like a lot of things, small amounts daily, regularly. So like twice a day is better than like 2 hours once a week or whatever. So when you go home tonight, just before you go to sleep, just do 5 minutes. Or when I first started introduced to this meditation a long time ago, that's all I was doing was the Gauranga breathing at first, and sometimes I'd do like half an hour or just keep going. And you really get into it and you can't stop. So now we're just going to have a talk by our spiritual teacher, Jagad Guru Siddhaswarupananda. And then there'll be some chance to ask any questions that you have on the video or any other spiritual topics. And what was it called? Beyond Freedom. And so when we before we just put our hands together in prayer, if you like, you can do that when our spiritual teacher comes on and offering our respects. So if you like to do that, you can. And that's it.
You are a machine. You are a complex computer robot. This is what many people, very influential, powerful people, want you to believe, that you are just a computer robot. One of the ways that they try to convince you that you are a computer robot is by trying to convince you that computer robots are persons. Once we accept that computer robots are persons, then we will also have to accept that people are computer robots. If computer robots equals people, then people equals computer robots, right?
Yes.
Now the question is this: why do so many people want to convince us, want to convince you that you're just a computer robot? Why does anyone want to convince you that you're just a computer robot?
Control.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, they want to treat us like robots. And if we believe that we are robots, then we'll just accept being treated that way.
Yes. There are many people in the world who want to treat us as if we are things, as if we're just machines. They want to manipulate us, use us as if we are simply computer robots. This is how they want to treat living beings. Let me quote to you. This is from the American Medical Association. This is their definition of genetic engineering. Quote, the production, or better, the biological manufacture of a human being to desired specifications, unquote. Many people want to manufacture living beings, including human beings, as if they are computer robots. In the same way that they have a computer robot factory, they want to have a people factory. You see? You understand this? There are people in the world who are insane. We have to understand this. I'm not insane and you're not insane, but it doesn't mean that there's not insane people. This is from Omni magazine, popular science magazine, right? Everybody loves Omni, the new wave people, the future people, the in people, right? The intelligent people, right? The cool people. Quote, in the long run, the robots that will take over the world will probably not be anything like the tin men we see in the movies. They may not even look much like R2-D2. They'll probably be much like us, but better, unquote. So, try to understand here, you may think, oh, maybe they're referring to real perfected steel plastic robots, you know, like maybe a perfected androbot, you know, with the smaller screws and finer plastic. But that's not what they're talking about at all. Let me continue the quote here. They'll probably be much like us, but better. The scientist Grossman says on the future of robots, quote, I think we're fighting an uphill battle in trying to make computer robots control, or in trying to make computers control robot limbs. Okay, in other words, a computer robot is basically a machine that's got little fake arms or little fake wheel legs or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So right now, computer scientists are trying to perfect computer robots by making it so that a computer can control these robot limbs, okay? Get them so they walk or they move or they hold on to glasses, you know, and but they're having a hard time. You know, when they try to create a computer robot, they try to create a robot with plastic hands or steel hands or whatever to hold on to a glass, you know, it just crash, you know, it just crushes it, you know, or to maybe, you know, take care of the baby. You know, it just sort of goes like this and, you know, crunch the poor kid's head, you see. So they're having a hard time with the sensitivity of these plastic robots, these plastic computer robots. So this, he's saying, is an uphill battle, okay? He's saying, I think, quote, I think there's another potential solution. The molecular biologists, okay, can find ways of manipulating genes. And they could make biological machines that could do the same thing. In the long run, I put my money on them if ethical concerns don't prevent that line of research, unquote. So here you got this so-called scientist sitting there talking about how we're having a hard time getting, you know, computer robots to control limbs, or computers to control these robot limbs. And this guy's saying, you know, well, I put my money maybe into another industry in the future, you know, in other words, the future may be in biological machines. Biological machines that are even better than people. What they're really dealing with here, what they're really referring to here, is human computer robots. What are human computer robots? They already believe we are human-computer robots. But they want to be able to create them in factories somehow, in their little world of the lab. You see. They want some kind of credit to be able to manipulate so they can have people factories and, you know, whatever, who knows what, all the things they've got in their minds. The genetic engineers are a strange lot, okay? Those who want to perfect human beings through genetic engineering are a strange bunch, okay? But they sit around and talk about it like this, you see? You know, we're having a hard time getting these computer robots made out of tin and plastic to do these things. In the long run, I'd put my money on the biological machines. You see, we can perfect those by manipulating genes as a new industry. But ethical concerns are present. So he says, if ethical concerns don't prevent that line of research. Now, we all know that any good scientist does not accept any barriers to research.
Especially ethical concerns.
In other words, he's not talking about himself feeling ethical concerns, right? When he talks about ethical concerns, what is he talking? He's not talking about ethical concerns. He's talking about people who have ethics,
Yeah, who are objective.
who are concerned, right? And they say, hey, man, don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. That's wrong. And they go, oh, no, another bunch of, you know, superstitious, just the masses, the ignorant masses, you see. So if people with ethical concerns don't prevent that line of research, okay, he doesn't even consider the possibility of himself having ethical concerns and not preventing that line of research. You see, it's someone else. Scientists don't have such things because ethics are not scientific. Feelings and morals, philosophy, it's not science. It's not hard science. So what else do we do with robots? How else do we treat robots in the way that we would not like to be treated? That's one way, right? In other words, we don't particularly like the idea of there being human-computer robot factories, okay? Manipulating and creating and building and taking apart, and, you know, when they get old, you throw them away and you get a new model, right, or whatever. We don't like that idea. Okay, what else? What other way don't we, in ways that we treat computer robots that we don't like treating human beings, or that we don't, huh? Go ahead.
Oh, my husband, he's a computer programmer, and he's been doing it for
Speak up.
3 or 4 years. He's become addicted to it.
Computer robot programmer.
All kinds of computers.
Yeah.
And the more he gets into it, the more often he comes home and treats me and the children like we're computers. You know, he
Treats you like a computer.
commands and just that cut and dry.
Programs you.
He would like to.
That's a problem. A lot of people are having that problem now. They call them program, what do they call them? Computer widows. Like the husband comes out and says, you know, bring me my coffee, you know, and she says, I'm busy, and he goes, what? You know, you're used to dealing with the robot, you know, or the computer, and it doesn't say no, or I'm tired, or, you know.
Well, he admits that, you know, he feels impatience. You know, when he first comes home, especially just that first coming home, he feels impatience because all day he's working with the computers, and he gives a command, the computer responds instantly.
Yes.
And then he gets into making all these programs, and
But you don't like it, right?
well, he goes deeper and deeper, and he feels power. He starts feeling like he's the master, and he's creating this. And
Yeah, but you don't like it.
no. Then he comes home, and you know, the work's over. He drives.
So
home.
you don't like being treated like a robot,
Where we are, you know. No.
right? What do you do?
Well, I say, hey, we're not computers. We're, not robots.
That's right.
I
Hey,
know.
I'm not a robot. I don't want to be treated like a robot. How do we want to be treated?
Like people.
Like people, with respect. I want somebody to treat me with respect, as if I am a real person, a person with intelligence and you know, feelings and a will of my own, you know, and I want to feel, and every one of us, we want to feel that we have the freedom to do or not do something. Otherwise, we're not doing that out of love, especially in a relationship of a husband and a wife or two friends or, you know, these kind of relationships with the government and the taxes and things like that. We don't necessarily are doing it out of free will. We're doing it because, we don't want to go to jail. But but especially in relationships, where there's love involved, friendliness involved, yeah, we want to be able to say, or we want to be able to have that freedom to do that. Otherwise, it's not really service, it's slavery. It's not really a gift, yeah. It's not really any kind of, right? It's not a real, it's not an offering. It's not a relationship. It's just a robot and then the person programming the robot. But we don't like being treated like robots. We like being treated as if we are persons who have a degree of free will and some intelligence and so on, you see. And this is what being human is. This is where we find our happiness, really. We can't be happy being slaves. That's what slavery is all about, and freedom is all about, right? But the question is, we don't like being treated as computer robots, but why? Someone might ask why, in other words. Why don't you like being treated like a computer robot? We know that we don't like being treated like computer robots, but why?
Because we're not computer robots.
We're not computer robots.
Yeah, because we're not computer robots, and there's actually a fundamental difference.
What's that?
Well, like we...
Wait. You say there's a fundamental difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what?
Well, we've got our own free will, and it's like, my body's like a machine.
No, just, okay, this is the point. If you say to me, there's a fundamental difference, then I have to say to you what we know from science, and that is that this thing here, man, I mean, we can build one like this. It's an arm. We can get a robot arm, right? It's a machine, right? And this thing in here, there is one in there. That is a very complex computer. And this complex computer, the brain, right, it controls the body, right? So you got this complex computer in this robot machine, and it's just more complex and more sophisticated than, the ones made out of tin, the ones made out of plastic, the ones made out of steel. This is what we're being told. Okay. Now, you're saying there's a fundamental difference, and I'm saying, well, wait a minute. Why aren't, you're a computer robot in this sense?
Yeah, well...
This is what we are.
Well, it's true in a sense because my body's like a machine.
Yeah.
And I use the machine and everything, but the thing is that the difference is that I'm different from my body. I'm not my body. And like I can use this machine, and it's a possession of mine.
Right.
And,
Right. That's the point. That's an important point. Eccles and Penfield, both neuroscientists, they both fully appreciated that the brain is an extremely important computer, unbelievably sophisticated computer. And the body is like a robot body, right? Mm-hmm. But Eccles' point, his point is, he says it in this way. He says that the person, the self, is in the driver's seat, and he is controlling this computer. In other words, your brain is a computer, but you aren't your brain. You see? Your brain is a computer, but you're not your brain. You are the user of your brain. The brain is a computer, and you are the computer programmer. Penfield came to the same conclusion, that a person is the programmer and operator of the brain, which is a computer. And that the person, the self, is not the body, but is a non-material spark, a non-material entity, a spark of God, or a spirit soul, or the self, or an atma, or whatever word we want to use, as you're expressing here, that a person is not his body, that I'm not my body. My body is a machine. My brain is a computer, but I am the user of this computer. I am the person within this body using it, right? This is what makes us distinct. You look at a computer robot, there's no one in it. Okay? There's no one in a computer robot. And if there's a programmer of the computer robot, see, there's an entity there. In other words, a human being programs a computer from somewhere else. Sometimes you see these, you know, these computer robots, they try to trick people into think there's no one programming them or no one operating them, you know, and they sort of go around in circles, you know, or say things or whatever. But there's some guy back there or who programmed it or who's operating it, you see. So similarly, this computer robot that we've got here, this human body, including the brain, it is a type of computer robot, machine. It is a machine. But within this machine is a self, is a person. That's you. You are the person within your body, programming it, operating it, using it, directing it this way or that way. It doesn't mean you have complete free will or complete control, but this is a most important distinction here.
Hey everybody. So as we just did, we've been continuing with our series with our spiritual teacher on this, you know, understanding in different ways the distinction between the spiritual soul, the real person, and the physical body and the mind. So if I was just going to talk a little bit about what my teacher was just discussing, but if anybody's got anything they'd like to bring up in relation to that, we can try and answer first. This was, for me, it was interesting. Just last night and this morning, I finished off watching a movie called Ex Machina. I didn't know this was going to be the talk, actually. I just found out today, but it was, anybody heard of that movie, Ex Machina? I'm getting a nod. It's quite an interesting movie. It was about this big high-tech computer guy, ran a big software company. I don't understand these things that much, but this guy ran a big company, and he was isolated himself in the, had, a billionaire by the sounds of it. He owned this huge acreage out in the wild somewhere, and he built this research facility where he was creating intelligent robots specifically, and the plot was that he got he got one of his employees. He had a whole bunch of employees working in his software business, and he went through all his employees, and he tried to find a suitable employee to bring along to this research facility. It was just him at this facility, just this one guy, this super rich guy who was super smart as well, and he could do all this stuff. And he brought one of his employees there, without telling him really what he was doing, to start communicating with this robot that he'd created, this artificial, and he was going to try to test, in these conversations, he was going to try and figure out if this robot really did have intelligence and its own consciousness and its own will. Is that something like, you remember it? Something like that. Yeah. Really kind of interesting movie, because there's all this, I haven't been following it, but I pick it up. You see it in the news every now and again, all this AI stuff going on. They're talking about AI all the time now. So what we just saw then with my teacher, that was like 40 years ago, that talk. So he was right. He was getting a bit of ahead of the game a little bit in talking about these things way back then. Now it really is a thing where they're trying to create this artificial intelligence, and people are concerned about it, right? I mean, who would not be concerned about it? We've seen these, you know, different science fiction movies where the machines take over and so on, different scenarios like that, and you know, it's understandable. Who knows what they're going to do? Who knows? So, in the end, in this particular movie, right, the robot really did get intelligent, and it really was. He had his AI robot sort of confined to this room, more or less like a prison. But that's all the robot knew. And but after talking with this guy, this person who came in to test it, the robot started developing these desires to be free and so on and so forth. He didn't like the idea of being a robot anymore. Thought, no, I'm so it's very interesting. Ended up killing the guy, killing its maker, so to speak, and escaping into the world. That's how the movie ended, with this artificial robot wandering off into the world now. So, kind of interesting. We like to think that with these machines that whether it's possible for that to happen, it can't. The machine can only do what it's programmed to do, basically, though. Whether it can actually develop the ability to think and be conscious and so on and so forth, it can never be considered to be the same as a human. Why? Because we have these, we're conscious. We actually are conscious. We know that, each one of us. We're aware. We have feelings. We have desires, so on and so forth. What's a so-called AI person got? Nothing other than what's programmed into it. The other point, of course, that the other sort of parallel track of genetic engineering, which was being discussed there, genetic engineering. That's a different ball game, and perhaps that's even more scary, because that's just not doing something that's related to ourselves. It's not just creating something else or trying to create a machine. This is screwing around with who we are. That's something that people are really concerned about. We mentioned a little while ago, not in that particular talk, but in another talk my teacher gave, he was talking about, there's this guy, many people have made the point that this whole concept of genetic engineering, it was born from the idea of eugenics, or eugenics was more or less the precursor of genetic engineering. Everybody heard of that, eugenics? It was what, the Hitler got really interested in just before the Second World War and leading up to that period. The idea of the master race and so on, genetic purity and all this kind of thing, but actually it wasn't even Hitler that started it. It actually came earlier from, the idea was developed in the United States back in the early 20th century, in the 1920s especially. It was a big thing. And they were talking about sterilizing people who were considered to be inferior, people who are maybe a little considered to be mentally unwell, like that, idiots, to use the politically incorrect word. They're considered to be mental cases. And so they developed this program that if they deemed you to be mentally inferior in some way, they'd sterilise them, exactly like the Nazis later did. with certain whatever undesirable people, whoever got designated as being undesirable. Either you were the wrong race, or perhaps your attitudes weren't very good, or you were mentally not quite there. All these so-called undesirables were, sterilised. They weren't allowed to reproduce. So, I'm not sure which side of the, different people see it in different ways. Some people may see it as a great thing. Oh, this is good. Yeah, keep the human race really pure and top notch. If you're a materialist, thinking that, from a purely materialistic understanding, you go, yeah, okay, that seems like a right idea. In fact, even earlier than that, it actually the whole idea came from Darwin and his ideas about evolution. And one of the things Darwin was saying, and other scientists were saying, was that, look, if you're a horse breeder or a breeder of certain animals, you don't allow the best animals to breed with the lower class animals. He's saying like this, talking like this. Every breeder of animals knows that you breed the top specimens with other top specimens, and that way you get a higher class. Just like, racehorse people, I'm not into it, but from what I understand, they do that. They talk about buying the best racehorse and they get that racehorse to breed with as many, because they're going to produce. So they're like that, and they're talking, and they start applying this idea to humans. And then, okay, so what do we think about that? Is it, well, you could almost make the argument that, yeah, of course, why not? But of course, once we start doing that, it's we start to become quite ruthless, and and then of course and a little side plot on that regard is, in order to make sure it doesn't happen, that the lower breeds, we can start getting rid of the lower class people right at the moment of birth. We don't even let them live. And you might think, wow, this is outrageous. No, this was actually proposed by, a top... You may have heard of this guy, Francis Crick. Back in 1952, he was the co-discoverer of the DNA, structure of the DNA molecule, won a Nobel Prize. He was like a god in the scientific world. This is the person who said, if we are able to develop genetic screening at some point, any newborn baby that doesn't come up to certain genetic standard, off them. This is, this is not a fringe proposal. This is like a top scientist who's saying this, and anybody would think, well, geez, that's a bit tough. It's like the, in the ancient Greek history, the Spartans used to, the way that, they're famous as being a tough warrior race and so on. At their birth, if their children, they'd leave them up. They'd do all sorts of things. For a start, they'd leave the babies out out in nature for a little while. If the baby survived, okay, good. If not, too bad. Wouldn't make a good warrior. So these are some of the things that are going on, and it's all born from the idea that material energy is the only energy. This is how very ruthless and utilitarian things can become. Your value is totally based on your material value. Are you smart? Are you pretty? Are you strong? If so, if you've got some good trait that can be useful in someone, oh good, we'll let you live. If not, like that. Kind of like, you know, the other thing that reminded me as we were watching the talk was Brave New World. You know, everybody's heard of that. You know, where in the future they're breeding people to perform certain functions in life, so on. So our proposition, the teaching of yoga, is just like, as you can imagine, we don't agree with these things at all. Each one of us, whether we're pretty or powerful or dumb or whatever we are, that's our karma. Maybe good karma, bad karma. That's our lot. And we should be allowed to live it without the interference of all these people who want to control everything and everybody. Just like, and we, the yogis of olden times, applied it not just to humans either, but to animals as well. Same principle. Wherever there's a living entity, we leave them alone. We leave them live their own life. Who's to say that our life is more important than the life of a cow? I mean, a lot of people do think that. But from the spiritual point of view, we don't. There's a living entity in the body of a cow. There's a living entity in the body of a human. There's a living entities in the body of higher beings than humans, demigods as they're called, heavenly beings. There's living entities in the... There's a huge spectrum of material forms that we may possibly enter into according to our karma, according to what we do. If we do good, if we live in a righteous way, if we live in a respectful way, then there's every chance that we're going to get a very high material birth. If not, if we develop spiritually, that's a different category altogether. We transcend even the highest material forms. And if we, live in a very disrespectful way, and we don't treat other living beings with respect, then there's every chance we're going to sink down into, lower forms of existence. So unfortunately, these people who are, this is so important, because just like, in Buddhists are the same way. They, you've seen them, you've seen the pictures of those monks. They sweep the paths so they don't even tread on an ant. That's the level of respect for life that they have. Sorry, Joe, nearly there. So this is the comparison, and we should compare it, because it's like I said, it's really easy to get sucked into these ways of thinking. Like if you don't have any knowledge of our spiritual nature, of the soul, the reality of the soul, and so forth, it's really easy. You would agree with it. Yeah, of course. Well, maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't agree, but we can at least understand the way they're thinking like that. And if they're just already got the attitude that the lower species are just meant for us, we can kill animals for our food and so on and so forth, then So the proposition of yoga wisdom tells us that, as we say over and over again, there's a distinction between you and your body, and the more we appreciate that we're our spiritual nature and our spiritual essence and our relationship with the Supreme, then we can not get sucked into these kind of really destructive ways of thinking where people are just not much more than commodities. If you're useful, good. If not, we'll kill you at birth. So we'll leave it again. I'm not sure what the talks are every week. These are just little snippets of my teacher, and we'll try and develop. There's so many different ways to look at this. At the distinction, we talk about it over and over again. I'm pretty sure most of us here would already accept it. Yes, we understand where there is such a thing as a soul distinct from the body. But it's we can stay a little bit informed and understand some of the peripheral issues around this topic. So we'll leave it at that, and we're going to have our dinner break, and then we'll have some chanting after that. So namaste, everybody. Thank you. Just have a little chant while they're bringing out the dinner. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Okay, we'll be back in about half an hour. Hari Bol. Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, 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 Gopala, Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Gopala Govinda Rama Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama 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 Dana Mohana Gopala Govinda Dana Mohana Om Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Radha Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Radha Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Radha Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Radha, Govinda, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, 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 Govinda, Radha, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Radha, Govinda, Radha, Gopala, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, 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 Radha Govinda, Radha Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala, 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 Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Gopala. take a minute to just remind everybody about the retreat we've got coming up in September. If anybody is interested in that and haven't booked in already, there's some flyers over on the shelf on the way out, so you could just pick one up and all the details are on there. So I believe that it's almost booked out. There's only a few places left, so if you'd like to come for a beautiful 4-day retreat with our friend Charidas and some nice chanting and beautiful yoga wisdom talks, it's all happening in just a few weeks' time now. So, and also, Joe, thank you very much for dinner and dessert tonight. The effort, beautiful, thank you. And, so I'm just gonna chant for a little bit longer, and then our friend Jyotirthadas is gonna come up and take us out. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Nana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Nana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Nana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohan, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Namaste, everybody. Here he comes, JT.
Just to add to Jiva's commercial on the retreat, the Kirtan immersion retreat. It's life-changing if anyone's on it. Not sure whether they want to go, but if you've ever experienced a Kirtan rock out, it's absolutely amazing. Like, how many people will be there?
Probably about 50.
Oh, only 50. But yeah, it's unbelievable. It's something. Right. Can you go for a day trip? If anyone can't go for the whole time? I think so. If you want to go just for a day. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Go Anga. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinatha, Madana Mohana. Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinatha, Madana Mohana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Anga Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. I never like to stop. My hands are killing. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much. Wonderful evening sharing with you, and we'll see you next week.